This question goes like this. Of all types of worship, worship of Lord Vishnu is best and better than the worship of Lord Vishnu is the worship of devotee, the Vaishnava. Considering Lord Shiva the topmost Vaishnava, what is the place of Lord Shiva worship in Gaudiya Vaishnavism? And is there any specific reason why Prabhupada doesn't introduce any festival related to Lord Shiva in ISKCON? Lord Shiva, we all know, he is a great personality. Vaishnavanam yatha Shambhu. The example is given, if you have to become a Vaishnava, become like Shambhu. Lord Shiva is the greatest of all Vaishnavas. He is in a different tattva altogether. Shiva tattva is different from Jiva tattva. We are all Jivas, ordinary living entities. We cannot equal Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, the example given in the Brahma Samhita is Yatha Dadi Vikara Vishesha Yogat Sanjayate. Nahi tata pratagasti hetoh. Tata Shambhu. So, like milk, by putting a little citric acid into it, you squeeze a lemon and put into the milk, it will transform into curd. Curd is non-different from milk, isn't it? Curd and milk are non-different. Curd has come from milk only. At the same time, you cannot take curd like milk. Curd is milk only. At the same time, it is different from milk. It is transformed milk. It is no more milk. It has become curd. But at the same time, it is coming from milk. It is a transformation of milk only. So it is simultaneously one and different from milk. Similarly, Lord Krishna, he transforms into Lord Shiva. So although Lord Shiva has transformed from Krishna himself, he is not Krishna. He is separate. He is a separate individual, separate personality, subordinate to Krishna. This is the position of Lord Shiva. Therefore, if anybody worships Lord Shiva as a great devotee of Krishna, it will be beneficial for that person. Now what happens is, because people do not understand the position of Lord Shiva, there are other great personalities also, pure devotees amongst Devatas. There is Lord Brahma is there, there is, we have Yamaraj is there, Ganesha is there, they are all pure devotees. Not all of them are pure devotees. Some of them are Sakama Bhaktas, like Indra is there, and Chandradeva is there. All other Devatas, they will all be Sakama Bhaktas. But some of them are pure devotees like Ganesha, Lord Shiva, etc. But then what happens is, Prabhupada has not instituted separately the worship of Lord Shiva or any of the Devatas in ISKCON. Why? Because Prabhupada wants us to focus solely on Krishna. There are examples in the Bhagavatam of the gopis worshipping Katyayani, of Nanda Maharaj worshipping Lord Shiva. But these are all not regular everyday worship that these devotees were doing. Once it so happened that the gopis thought, this time let us worship Katyayani. Why? So that we can get Krishna as our husband. Only once they did it. Similarly, Nanda Maharaj also, once he thought, let me worship Lord Shiva. And so, therefore, the worship of the Devatas, even though they may be pure devotees, is not a regular feature in a Vaishnava's life. If it so happens that we come across a Lord Shiva temple, we will definitely offer our obeisances and pray to him. But we don't make it a system. Every day I'll go to the Shiva temple and worship him. We don't do that. That's not what Krishna is expecting from us. What is Krishna's expectation from us? Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Krishna's expectation is that every day, regularly, without fail, madhyaji, we must worship Krishna. Mam namaskuru, we must offer our obeisances to Krishna. Krishna's expectation is that every day, regularly, we will worship him. But we will not disrespect the Devatas, we will not neglect them. If we happen to come across some temple of Lord Shiva, why not? We'll go have darshan, offer our obeisances and pray to him to help us in our devotional service. Nothing wrong in that. But we don't make it a daily affair. That is what we have to understand, because as Krishna says in the very beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna advises Arjuna, Buddhir ekehe kurunandana. Make your mind single, with single pointed attention. We have to focus the mind. Buddhir ekehe kurunandana. It is very essential in devotional life, in bhakti, that we want to progress. Ekagrata, Focus, concentrated focus on Krishna alone has to be there. And that is what Prabhupada has done. Prabhupada did not want us to get deviated by worshipping other personalities. Whether our understanding will be proper, not proper, so many questions will arise. There is always a possibility that we may misunderstand the position of Lord Shiva. We may not correctly worship him. So many things can happen. In the worship of Krishna itself, there are so many rules and regulations to follow, so many things to follow. So, where is the time and energy to worship somebody else? We already have enough fasting days in a year. Now you add Shivratri also, Ganesh Chaturthi also, that's all, 365 days a year, you have to only fast. Then where is feasting? So, limited things, whatever is essential for us to develop, ultimately what is the object? Object is to develop Krishna Prema, love of Krishna. For developing love of Krishna, whatever worship is required, whatever rules and regulations have to be followed, whatever austerity, tapasya is required, the Acharyas and Prabhupada have already given us. Simply if we follow this, following Ekadashi and fasting on certain specific days like Ram Navami and Janmashtami, Narasimha Chaturdashi, few festivals like this, Gaur Purnima, etc. And we avoid all the 4 regulative principles, no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. And by this, what happens? Simply by following these simple rules and regulations, we will develop Krishna Prema. That is the goal. So whatever is required to be done for that, the Acharyas have given, Prabhupada has given, we simply have to follow that. We should not make our life too much complicated. Keep it simple. Focus on Krishna. That's all. Okay?